Hello everyone, welcome to EDC Glow and Gears. I hope you guys are doing well. So finally I have my hands on this Acebeam UC3A, and I don't know why I always mix up the brand, the model name. So if I say it incorrectly, please forgive me for that. I'm just giving you a heads up on that. So this is the UC3A, and I was waiting for this to understand how this particular flashlight is, and then I saw the entire spec and I really like it. So initially I thought it's going to be much smaller than this, but in reality is quite a good size. I won't say this is a keychain flashlight because it is not. It is slightly larger, and I'll show you that. So yeah, let's look into this. So you get a two set main LED, then you have a side light which you can use on a tabletop, or this does have a magnetic base, and along with that side light you do get RGB. So the best part is they have managed the UI independently, and it is not dependent on one switch, which makes it very cumbersome. So thanks to Acebeam for keeping it separate. So let's quickly unbox this and see what we get. So this is very tight. Okay, the packaging is really nice, very compact, minimalist, but I really like how they show the product on a small window. It's quite a tight packaging. Okay, let's keep this aside. So on top we get the flashlight, and at the bottom we have the paperwork. Then we have two O-rings, and they look really nice quality. Then you have the small clip and a USB A to USB-C charging cable. So let's put everything back. Let's keep this aside. All right, so here we have, and this is a good quality. You can feel the heft, and it is completely made out of metal. This part is obviously cannot be metal because of the side light. So you have two independent buttons. So this is for the main light and this is for the side light and RGB. You get a replaceable battery, and this part is also magnetic. So yeah, you can use this vertically or horizontally, whichever way you want. So if you have a magnetic surface, you can put that on that and use it. So here we have the two main emitter. And I really like this cute two little TI lens. Okay. All right. So then we have a really nice deep clip, and it's pretty stiff, so it's not going to break anytime soon. You can actually put it on a hat and use it as a headlamp. So that's another really cool way of using it. So here we have the lanyard port where you can use the provided keychain type clip, or you can use your own lanyard if you wish to. So let's remove the battery insulator, not the battery insulator. Okay, we have a 400 milliamp hour 10440 lithium rechargeable cell. So you get a onboarded USB-C charging port. This thing is tiny. This is smaller than our AAA battery. So let's see how this looks. So you can see the red light. So once it's full, it's going to turn green. And this is a protected cell, obviously. Button top, you get a really nice spring and a spring down there, I believe. Let's quickly see that. Oh, okay, we don't have a spring down there, we have a post. That's nice. Okay, Oh, and you can see the magnet is strong enough to pull the battery out. So let's put it back. You can see it can fish out the battery from the body. That's good. And the threads are pre-lubricated. You can already see that. The machining is good. There is no uneasiness while I tighten it up. So here we have. So I did get the orange color also, but everyone has covered the orange, so that's the reason I am keeping it aside and showing you the black one. So let's see what we get in terms of the size. So this is the Acebeam Keylight 500. So I was expecting it to be smaller like this, but this came out at the right size. So if I put two of them, you can see almost it is similar width, slightly longer. Yeah, and thanks to Acebeam for sending this for testing. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Acebeam. So let's keep this aside. So we do have loop gear. We have the Workhorse HD03, Woven G5, and I don't think this is from the same category, but for reference you can see. And then we have, let's keep one aside, the HD04. So it's ballpark of the same size, right? All right, so let's keep everything aside. Okay, so coming back to the flashlight, the build quality is good. The entire body is made out of metal, and even the head cap is metal, the base is metal. So for UI, you press the top button for your front light, low, medium, high, double click for turbo. Okay. Press and hold for the moonlight. This is your moonlight. Then press and hold, switches between your different brightness. Double click, goes directly to turbo. Triple click, goes to strobe. Do we have any other mode? 1, 2, 3, 2. No, we don't have any other mode. Alright, so going back to the second button, which is RGB, if you click once, it will have the side light on, and the best part is you have brightness control. So press and hold, it will switch between low and high. And if you want to access the RGB mode from here, double click, it goes to the colors. So red blinking, and the best part is even for the colors you can select brightness. So let me go to the next color. So yeah, so this is green. If I press and hold, you can see it's dimming down a little bit. So that's fantastic that they have given the brightness control for the colors also, because most of the RGBs I have noticed that they can change the color but they cannot change the brightness. So hats off to Acebeam for adding that. So next color, blinking green, double click, blue, double click, blinking blue, double click, your special mode, red and blue, double click, your RGB. So this doesn't change the brightness, but yeah, if you click and press and hold, doesn't do anything. Double click, goes back to the side light. So from off, if you want to access the RGB, you don't have to double click. Sorry, my bad. 1, 2. Okay, I'm doing something wrong, because on this, if I double click, is it? Yeah, it's there. 1, 2. It goes to the RGB, but I'm not sure why it doesn't do it. And one more thing which I noticed right now is if we triple click, it does nothing. 1, 2, 3, it does nothing, it goes off. But on this, it remembers which mode we were on. So let me show you. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So this is the RGB mode, right? If I switch it off and click once, the side light comes on, right? If I press it off, 1 2 3, goes directly to the RGB. For some reason I'm not able to do this on this, so let's see. First of all, the double click is not working for directly accessing the RGB. 1 2, yeah, it's not working for the RGB. So if I do it on this, so I'm pretty sure it's not going to do the RGB thing or last known color thing. So let's keep it at blue, switch it off, one click goes to your side light, 1 2 3, yeah, it doesn't do anything. So I'm not sure why there's a difference in these two, if this was pre-production or post-production firmware or any firmware difference, I'm not sure. But yeah, so this is the only difference which I see between these two models. Though I bought them together, I'm not sure if there is anything which I need to be worried about. I hope this black edition will have no problem, because rest of the functionality is absolutely fine. So what are the things which I noticed and what I like about it? So the first thing is replaceable battery. Most of the flashlight which I have shown you, like HD03, HD04, G5, these all are great flashlight, but the only limitation is once the battery is dead, either you send it or ask the brand to give you a battery swap, or you just throw it out. But for Acebeam, what they have done is they have this user replaceable battery, which is this 10440, and I'm very sure that after a couple of months this will be available on their website to buy. So if this battery which came along with this flashlight goes bad, I can throw it off. And also, if you are throwing off the battery, please recycle it properly. Coming back, yeah, so now you can buy a separate battery from Acebeam or probably the same 10440 from other OEM and use it. So that's a really thoughtful addition to this particular flashlight. So the second point is the side light. I really liked it, that it has secondary function. So if I keep my if I'm using this with me and I need to eliminate a desk or a table, I can do it, and it does have the brightness control, so that's another plus point for me. The added part, which is a cherry on top, it's not something which I want or like or dislike, it's always better to have, is RGB for your mood uplifting. I keep RGB lights on and work, it just uplifts my mood, right? So that's another thing. The third thing which I want to talk about is the magnetic base. So you can see it does have a really good strong magnetic base. So if there is a metal surface, you can put it on and use the light, no matter what light you want to use, the front light or the side light, right? The fourth thing is the deep carry clip. So you can see it is almost till the end or the head, right? So it's going to stick out probably 1/3 inch or maybe less from your pocket, wherever you clip it, on your belt or your pocket or your EDC pouch. So that's a really nice, and the quality of the clip is also very sturdy. So that's another thing. The next point which I want to talk about is the UI, which is independent of one switch. So what I mean by saying that is, it is not dependent on one switch to access the front light and the side light and the RGB, which makes someone who is not very familiar or who doesn't want to go through or fiddle with so many features using one switch becomes very cumbersome, right? So it is very nice that they have made this separate. So you can use this top button for the front light and the second button for the side light and RGB. So that's another plus point. The sixth point which I want to talk about is the battery with the USB-C charging port. So it is kind of a special battery. The 10440 is a smaller battery than a AAA battery, and if you don't have a charger, you don't have to worry about it, because you can take it out and use your phone charger or any other charger which has a USB-C charging port. You can get it charged. So I really like how thoughtful they were when they were making this, and all the features, all what they have packed is very thoughtful about it. So I'm very happy with my purchase. Initially I was thinking of getting just one, then I really liked both the colors. And one more thing which I want to talk about is the finishing. So it's not just two different color. If you see, the orange one is slightly on the smoother side. On the other hand, the black is slightly on the matte. I don't know if the camera is able to pick it up. So the anodizing is slightly different and it feels nice. This feels really smooth in your hand, but this has a nice mild texture to it. So yeah, it's not just two different color, it has two different characteristics on the finish, which I really like about it. From back to front, and let's look into that once. So you can see the light is shining on the orange because it's slightly shiny, but on this black it has that matte finish. That's the reason the light is not shining on this. Yeah, so yeah, let's do one thing. Let's go outside and see how this thing performs. So this is Acebeam UC3A, and I really fell in love with this because of all the kind of options it comes with. So you get two throwy plus flood emitter in the front, and then you have a RGB side light which also works as your side lantern. Now let's go to the front light. So if you press and hold, this is your moonlight mode. I don't think the camera will be able to pick it up, so let's go to the next brightness. So this is your next brightness. This is the next brightness, and this is the highest brightness. So you can see, for a tiny flashlight of this size is able to tint the first tree, and it has a nice amount of spill, and you can see there is a really good hotspot also. So let me quickly take a walk. This is the highest brightness. And standing from here, I can see the pole, which is at least 30 to 40 feet away. So you can see in this park, I'm able to see a very good amount of area, because this is really throwy. I was not expecting this kind of throw out of this. So from here you can see I can actually tint the tree. So let me go to moonlight mode, and this is the highest brightness. So on the highest brightness you can easily see the tree, and we can actually tint the pole. And we have a friend who doesn't like to fly, so let me focus. Low, medium, high, low, medium and high. Double click, turbo, yeah. So for a tiny flashlight of this size, throw is really good. The head is getting hot, but I'm surprised that Acebeam was able to ace this particular flashlight for this size, for the amount of feature they have packed in. And now I think it is stepping down, so let me double click. Yeah, it is stepping down now. But fantastic for a small flashlight of this size. So what do you think? Let me know. Hey everyone, so I just wanted to give you a quick update, and I think in the video I have said that this is smaller than AAA, but it is actually AAA size. So let me quickly give you a quick demo. So this is the one which we get, and this is a AAA battery. So you can see it works. Obviously the output will be slightly reduced because this is 3.7 volt and AA is normally a 1.5 volts. So sorry, 1500 volts. Yeah, so 1.5 volts. So let me show you. This has the original battery which came with the Acebeam flashlight itself, which is a 3.7 volt 10440, which is this, and this has the AAA battery. So let me double click for turbo. Okay. So double click, and you can see this is also on turbo and this is also on turbo. So the brightness will differ. So let me go to the lowest. So this is the lowest, and you can see the one which we have on the right has the 3.7 volt rechargeable battery, and on this we have the AAA battery. So the output will be reduced. So next step, next brightness. So double click. This is the maximum brightness on 1.5 volt AAA battery, and this is the maximum brightness on the rechargeable battery which we get. So let's quickly see what happens with the side light. So this is with the 1.5 volt and this is with the 3.7 volt. So you can already see on the highest brightness the 1.5 is slightly dimmer. So if I lower the brightness, yeah, it is significantly brighter. So the low brightness on the side light is pretty much the same because it is regulated voltage. I think this is around 1.5 volts. That's the reason the low brightness seems very similar on both the devices. This 3.71 is slightly brighter in the lowest in amongst these two. So let's go to the next brightness. Yeah, so this is significantly brighter. So let's go to the next color. Here you can also see the left one is slightly dimmer and the right one is brighter. Let's go to the lowest settings. Yeah, so you can see this is slightly dimmer than the one which has the 3.7 volt. So you can replace the onboard battery and use a AAA battery and still get your work done. It's just that the only compromise is going to be the brightness. So I think that's a fair thing because this gives you, or this allows you, double fuel option, which is rare in this category of flashlight, and Acebeam just nailed it. So yeah, so let's continue with the video. Alright, so you saw the beam shot and the performance of this tiny flashlight from Acebeam. So this is not going to break the chart for being super bright or something. This is meant to be very functional, which is available at your disposal whenever it is required. So I'm happy to say that this is a very good product, and if you ask me, I do recommend, if you are looking for a very compact flashlight, I do recommend this, because first you get a nice throw on this. It is decently bright with 900 lumens, and the side lights, the RGB, the battery, the replaceable battery, and the battery which comes with a USB-C charging port. I think it's a phenomenal package to have. So let me know in the comments if you like this flashlight, and would you pick one? If you pick, which one would you pick, the black or the orange? And there's another third color which is OD green or olive green. So if you have to pick, which color would you pick? All right, thank you so much for watching. If you have any suggestion, opinion, or anything which you want to see to test this against, let me know in the comment and I'll get it done. Thank you so much for watching. You have a great day, and I see you in the next one.